So let's say you have no idea what to dress up as like for this Halloween. Well, here I bring you a classic zombie makeup tutorial, and you can make it as light or as gory as you like. Just keep on watching. The first and most important thing of the whole makeup is to protect your skin. So what you want to do is you want to take a matte primer, because those ones just make material stick better to your skin, and apply it wherever you're going to use latex, glue, wax, the materials you have around the house. Now, if you guys know me, you know I like to play around with cheap materials. So I'm just going to use the plain old white glue, the ones that kids use in school for crafts. So believe me, if they can touch it and swallow it, because sometimes it happens, it's not going to damage your skin too much. So you want to apply it around your neck or around parts of your face that you're not going to move too much, because if not, you're not going to be able to talk. And in this case, I'm just going to make a wound around my neck, and then I'm making 2 scratches around my eyes. So I'm applying just thinner layers on the side of my eyes. Then once the glue is dry or the latex is dry, you just want to take your routine foundation or the foundation that's closest to your skin color and just cover up the glue a little bit. That will make color stick better to it, and it will also create that skin effect once you rip it off. Then once you have applied the foundation, just start ripping off the glue a little bit. You want to rip off the parts that are inside the wound, because that way the skin looks like it's coming apart. Once you have ripped off all the skin that you liked, you want to start drawing bones, and if you don't want to draw the bones, just skip this step. But if you want to draw the bones of the neck, just draw a few horizontal lines. They don't have to be perfect, they don't have to be square or too rounded, just make some plain lines. Then for the scratches, you also want to rip off a little bit of the glue. Just make sure that you don't rip off as much as you did for the neck. You want to make just very thin wraps. Now we're moving on to the colors. What you will need is just a plain red lipstick that you have around the house, and if you don't have one, go ask your sister or your mom or your neighbor, and start covering up all the rest of the skin that you can see around the neck bones. Make sure not to touch too much, because if you combine red and white, you're gonna get pink, and you don't want pink bones. There's no pink in wounds, unless you want to make pink blood, and I don't think you would. So just color up all the rest of the skin. Then take the same lipstick and a black eyeliner, and take just a little bit of the black eyeliner with a brush and start blending it up with the lipstick. That way you create different shades of red, and just start stippling them around your wounds, because you want to create a more realistic wound and you want to create the illusion of death. Just play around, start from the lightest shade to the darkest shade, which would be black. And this one, you don't have to be too careful about it. Just stipple it around your neck and your face and play around, see if it looks better, if it looks worse. If you feel like you've made a mistake, just add a bit more of red and start over again if you want to. And then one of the tricks for my makeup to stay and not to make the colors not to be mixed is just take a hairspray and use it as a makeup fixer. Now remember that you have already applied a primer that would be the barrier between your skin and the hair fixer, the hairspray. For the wounds, do the same, just cover up the whole wound with red, And then what you want to do is you want to be a bit more careful on the edges because you want to just create those very thin lines. And then once you have applied the red, just again mix the red with a little bit of black and create that illusion of death and of a 3D effect. Then you also want to cover the parts outside of the wound. So what you want to do is you want to take a bronzer or a dark concealer and just start dabbing around your wounds to pretty much create the effect of bruises. Now you can apply a lighter coat on one side and then just add, don't be too uniform. You want them to not be too uniform, but you do want to blend out the edges quite well. Just play around with it, don't be afraid. You can always take a wipe and just wipe out this part. Just don't be too rough around the glue. And then combined with this brown, reddish brown, what you want to do is take green if you're a yellow, if you're a gold complex skin, and if you are more of a blue complex, just take purples. Depends on the lighter or the darker your skin is. And then for the rest of the makeup, we'll just create the illusion of under eye circles and very, very marked eyes. You want to create that idea of a sick skin, of a sick person. So just play around with your cheeks and your eyes mainly. Then do the same as you've done to your bruises. Just take a green eyeshadow or a purple one and start adding it here and there. Don't be too careful about it. Just play around, blend out the colors. If you see you've done too much, just wipe it off and start over again. Then for the lips, to create that idea of sick person, what you want to do is you want to squish your lips and you want to take your concealer or a light foundation and just apply it all over your lips. Now once you put your lips normally, you will see that you have those stretches, and what you want to do is take the black with red lipstick and just start covering it in or filling in those small tips that you have created. Then don't be afraid to go over your lips and to enlarge a little bit more your mouth. That will just create a more death, more sick-like effect, which is really, really cool. Once you're happy with the result, that was it. The only thing you have left to do is add in some contacts, whiteout contacts or red ones if you have, or any other ones that will look cool for Halloween. And don't forget to style your hair a little bit. You want to either color it a bit or just back comb it. This is pretty much it. You can see it's quite gory. You can add more wounds or less. Just have fun with it, and that was it. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and share it with your friends. And I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.